This is Kamal Vyas, your Scrum Guide. Today we are explaining sprint planning, one of the most important ceremonies in Scrum and the meeting that officially starts every sprint. A sprint planning call is a session where the Scrum team comes together to decide what value they'll deliver in the upcoming sprint and how they will deliver it. It is a focused working meeting and not a status update. The team looks at priorities, understands the goal, and creates a realistic plan for the next sprint. In simple words, sprint planning answers three major questions: why are we doing this sprint? What work will be done? And how the work will get done. Without this alignment, the sprint usually starts with confusion and a lot of rework. Before the call begins, some prerequisites must be in place. The most important one is a refined and ordered product backlog. The top items should be clear, understood, and small enough to be worked on. The product goals should be known so the team understands the bigger direction. The team should also know its capacity, including holidays, support work, and availability. A shared definition of done must exist so everyone agrees on what done actually means. Finally, learnings from the previous sprint should be available, such as unfinished work, feedback, and technical constraints. When these are missing, sprint planning becomes slow and frustrating. The mandatory participants for sprint planning are the entire Scrum team. This includes the product owner, the Scrum Master, and the developers. All three are required. If any one of them is missing, the key decisions cannot be made properly, and the plan will be weak. Sprint planning is not optional for the Scrum team. There are also optional participants though. These can include stakeholders, customers, or subject matter experts like UX designers, architects, or security specialists. They may join to provide information, answer questions, or give context. However, they do not decide what goes into the sprint. Their role is to support the team, not to control the plan. The sprint planning call is driven collaboratively with clear responsibilities where the Scrum Master facilitates the meeting and ensures it stays focused, effective, and within the time box. The product owner explains the priorities, clarifies product backlog items, and proposes a sprint goal based on a business value. The developers drive the planning of the work itself. They decide how much work they can take and how they will build it. No one else tells the developers how much they must commit to. The primary artifact used as input for sprint planning is the product backlog. The team mainly looks at the top ready items along with the product backlog. The product goal, team capacity, and the definition of done also guide the discussion. These inputs help the team make a realistic forecast instead of guessing. The outcome of sprint planning is two things. First is the sprint goal, which clearly explains why the sprint is valuable. Second is the sprint backlog, which contains a selected product backlog item and the plan to deliver them. By the end of this meeting, the team should share a clear understanding of what success looks like for the sprint. Finally, ownership is important. The product backlog is actually owned by product owner. This means the product owner is accountable for its content, ordering, and transparency. Other can give in input, but ownership stays with product owner. Sprint planning sets the goal, select the work, and align the team on a clear plan so that sprint starts with focus and confidence.